I'm glad for the opportunity to work on Massive Rocket website redesigning. So now I would like to take you through the case study of my whole design process. First, I have done the basic industry research like knowing CRM and its use cases. Then I derived the list of all the target audience, as you can see, and and gave myself two goals. One is to increase the number of sales, and next to clean up and organize layout. Yeah. I have broken down the whole page into individual sections, then did UX audit on each one of them. Here is the UX audit of navbar and hero section. I'll quickly take you through each and every one of them. Here, here it just says that we have too many options on the navbar and we have to reduce it. And the image is really good. There is a rocket, but this image doesn't provide any real value to the user or doesn't give a glimpse about the company, so it has to be changed. And there are four different font sizes, and there has to be some sense of cohesivity in the font, so it has to be a bit more aligned. Maybe using two or three different fonts, two or maximum three different fonts would make more sense. And the subline needs more information about our offerings. And there are three redirection links. The CTA has to be clear and it has to be highlighted, and there should be no redirect links on the hero section. In this page, the information over here is a bit unclear, and there is a all our redirection links to different of our individual service pages immediately after hero section, so it can, and it will just redirect the user before getting to know much information about the company. And the fact presentation presented here is really good, but the rest of it doesn't get along with the rest of the layout. The industry insights presented here are good. I have gone and read all these industry insights, which had a really good value to the user. But if there is a button which redirects to all industry insights page, that would be helpful. And also, there is a newsletter right next to the industry insights where he can subscribe to it and get into monthly or weekly inbox. That would be really helpful, both in user perspective and also our perspective. Next, we have a case studies. The case study for case studies, all the presented case studies are really good and highly valuable, but it takes up a lot of screen real estate. And we can also provide much more few more details on the case studies page, like industry platform, maybe platforms used, or the project type or timeline, how many days did we take to complete this project, so on and so forth. That would help the user to determine, to check which one of the case studies is helpful for him, and will go accordingly and read that particular case study. And even in case studies section, if you could provide a redirection link to view all case studies, that would be helpful. After case studies, we have this page which gives a clear description of all our services. This illustration is really good, and in a concise way it gives all the details about the company. And but this section could be a bit more clear and straightforward. And in this section, if we could provide all details about all the services right next to it, it would be helpful instead of a redirection link. Technology partners, I have seen that we have worked with many more technology partners. There are around 12 to 15 technology partners that we have shown. We can optimize the layout and make it a bit more concise, so that we could show all the technology partners. It would, so that the client also quickly gets to know that there are 12 to 15 technology partners that we work with. The next section after this is the services section. One of In the services section, the word services is repeated multiple times in the bullet point. All these are bullet points, but it seems at first glance it seems like a paragraph, right? Only when we get to read it, if we'll get to know that okay, these are bullet points. And the images shown here are really good. It gives the exact exactly idea about our service. So these are good, but it can be little improved. But and there is also no cohesiveness among the images. All these three look completely different, took from different places, sort of like. So we could also increase cohesiveness and redesign these illustrations. That's one scope for improvement. And the read mode button could also be a bit more emphasized. The font is really small and unable to read it. Yeah, this is a contact page and footer. At the contact page, the information could be rewritten, and I've seen that the contact pages on each and every one of those pages in the website. If we could add a redirection link instead of providing a whole form, it would take up much less screen real estate and would be clearer. That's one of the option. After, so this is a new landing page. Here I have added a detailed subline and added a CTA, and I have given a clear illustration that gives a glimpse about our company offerings like CRM and all. I've also added a list of clients to increase the level of trust. I've added the fact right next to our hero section to make it more prominent, and also highlighted it. Next we have services section. I've redesigned the old illustration, and immediately after the illustration I have given details about each and every one of those next to it. So here is the section. I have added a bullet points, redesign this button, made it a bit more prominent, and I have tried to make the illustrations a bit more sleek, added circles behind the illustrations to make them look more cohesive and belong to the same family. And for actionable.me website, I have added a desktop mockup so that it gives a more information about the service that we provide. Technology partners, I have added a list of more technology partners, so now the client will get to know that we work with a lot more partners easily. In case study section, I have added industry and also the project type. The customer will go and read the relevant case study that suits to their business. And in industry insights section, I have added a small redirection link to view all industry insights. Added a section where the user could subscribe to the newsletter. Lastly, we have a contact page. In the contact page, I have redesigned it and made it a bit more prominent by elevating it. And here I have made a contact social links a bit more prominent on the contact page. Here is the prototype link that you can look at later. Here is my process. First, I ran the design audit on the whole page. I have done the thermal eye tracking and got to know where the focus is on the web page and assessed if it's the right place to be focused. And I haven't found any critical issues on the site, just few moderate issues like copywriting could be improved and CTA could be more improved. These are all the issues that we have discussed earlier. The one few of those which we haven't discussed is accessibility can be improved, and the scope of improvement here. This is all the points that we have discussed here. One point that we haven't discussed is a video explaining our services could add a more value and increase our conversions rate. We can add the video right next to our hero section. And accessibility can also be improved. It's a completely optional but also very enhances the accessibility and inclusivity in design. And few ways to do that is increase the contrast ratio and a pre-recorded sign language translation. Here is the mood board. I got all these images from Pinterest, Dribbble and Behance before starting my project. Here are the few keywords that describes our company, Massive Rocket. Here is the color palette that I have gone with. And regarding company personality, I have considered smart, professional, friendly, and dependable. This is a set of personality traits that I have gone with. And for font, I have taken Class Rostec as a main font because it has, have a very corporate identity, and it's a bit a bold font and a new font, and also pairs with Open Sans, which was our existing font. Here is our sitemap. I have worked only on a home page more, so I have gone in detail regarding the home page and the sitemap. This is the basic layout. And for wireframes designing, I have a custom design paper printouts for mobile and desktop screens where I could iterate between multiple layouts very fast. And for grid, I have used the Golden Canon grid system. So it's a design heavy UI focused web app, UI focused task. So I have used this golden grid system. Else I would have gone with a 12 or 8 column grid system, prototype of the website that I have designed. So this can be hovered. Now the user will get to know these are clickable buttons, links. Okay, study, industry insights, and a contact form. So this is the final version that I have submitted, but I've also done few other iterations. I'd like to take you through them also. So here is one of those. In this section, I have put main focus on the glass rocket because in our about section, I have seen that a transparent approach gives to a massive growth. Also, this is a real Saturn V5 rocket used in Apollo 11 mission. Have taken it from NASA portal and made it transparent in a blender, added glass material, rendered out and used in this. Here is the layout is I have divided all the rocket for different sections into different offerings. uh, Try to correlate it with our offerings, and also included glass icons to make it more cohesive along with the glass rocket. And I've also done light version, dark version, also mobile version for the same. But I have mainly had to discard this design because after designing it completely, when I showed it to my mom, she was like, "Is it a company that makes rockets or something like that?" She wasn't able to grasp that it's a CRM and data management company. I was like, "Okay, I've done something completely terrible." Then I cheat because we need conversions, we need the users or customers to understand about our offerings, right? So I have completely discarded this design and focused on the new one. And there are a few more iterations of it, like, yeah, if you're interested. That's it. Thank you. I have learned a lot while working on this project. It was really helpful. Thank you.